We were aiming for a top 10 place on this stage, and we failed. It's a pity. Hi guys, welcome to the briefing for this first stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely. We've got what it takes to be in amongst it in the final sprint and finish in the top 10. Don't be overawed. Have a good stage, guys. Go!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Belgium. If the stage does take to some of the roads commonly used during the Flanders Classics, with a passage up the Cap El Mour, we can still expect to see the sprinters fighting it out for victory.
Today, lads, despite some Flemish hills and cobblestones, it should very much resemble a classic flat stage, with a breakaway by the Baradeurs and sprinters teams pulling the string.
He's trying to escape. The peloton has caught up. There's no more escapees.
Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. Looking good. You've got over a minute's lead on the peloton. You've got 1 minute 30 over the peloton. It turned out to be a good move. Essentially, you're the fastest of the group in a sprint.
The riders are approaching the Kapelmuur, a cult location for Belgian cycling and a mythical, often decisive climb on the Tour of Flanders. Today, given its position on the route, the climb should not alter the overall nature of the stage.
You were first over the top of the climb. That's good.
A new cobblestone hill is in view at the front of the race, Le Bosberg. For a long time the last hill on the Tour of Flanders, it now serves as final arbiter on the Omloop Het Nieuwsblad Classic and is well known to the riders. After these cobblestone hills, typical of the Flanders Classics, the race should settle down with the sprinters' teams getting a handle on events in order to set up a mass sprint finish in the streets of Brussels.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. Well, on flat stages, that's not where you see the most drama. You can accelerate forward if you think that nothing important will happen.
The race leaders are approaching the intermediate sprint. There will be points for the first 15 riders across the intermediate sprint. The riders will then be onto a cobblestone sector that is 1,800 meters long.
You've won the intermediate sprint. Well done.
Now it's a cobblestone sector that lies underneath the rider's wheels. The only sector of the day, and lying far from the finish, it should not make a significant impact on the race. The head of the race is approaching the final climb of the day, the Côte de Bois d'Ez. 1 kilometre at 5.6%. A puncher's climb.
You are 2 kilometers from the top. You were first over the top of the climb. That's good. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. Essentially, you're the fastest of the group in a sprint. We'll try and hit a relay. The peloton is 1 minute 30 behind you.
The peloton is 1 minute away. Another 20 kilometers, and it's not looking good for the breakaway. With this gap, it's hard to believe that it can hold out until the finish.
Come on, guys. We're trying to stay well positioned at the front of the peloton.
The peloton is into the final 10 kilometers. Three kilometers for the peloton. The sprint is inevitable.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's amongst, we can say he tops the standings, and he's amongst.
We were aiming for a top 10 place on this stage, and we failed. It's a pity. We could have hoped for a better start, but it doesn't matter. We'll have other chances to do better. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely. We've got what it takes to be in amongst it in the final sprint and finish in the top 10. Don't be overawed. Have a good stage, guys. Go, go!
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. We can expect a high cruising speed along the road that will bring the peloton to Lille, and notably close to the Pierre Mauroy Stadium, where the race will finish. No doubt that the sprinters will again have big ambitions. Day.
Guys, the scenario is fairly obvious. The three hills are too far from the finish for there to be any chance of upsetting the sprinters' teams. It will surely come down to a sprint finish. Have a good stage. Okay, our consumer feed. The breakaway is widening the gap. It's good for us since we've got a guy up front. Okay, our consumer feed.
The breakaway has 30 seconds lead. One and a half minutes for the breakaway. It might just work.
Well, on flat stages, that's not where you see the most drama. You can accelerate forward if you think that nothing important will happen. The breakaway is widening the gap. It's good for us since we've got a guy up front.
The time gap with the head of the race is stable.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The head of the race is closing in on the intermediate sprint. It will be played out in arc on a slight downhill falls flat. Last time check with the breakaway, 1 minute. The breakaway is losing ground. 30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. You took the last mountain sprint. That's good. Keep it up. You're strengthening your hold on the polka dot jersey.
Bunched peloton. The feed zone is approaching. The riders will be able to pick up something to eat. The race is approaching the Mont des Cats, a fourth category climb. Immediately after, the riders will move on to the Mont Noir, and then the last 40 kilometers will be completely flat.
Come on, guys!
His team is riding for the overall standings. The front of the race will struggle to widen the gap. You're on your way to the top spot of the white jersey standings. It's great. Keep going, kid. His teammates have a handle on things for the overall standings. It will be difficult to increase the gap. You have 30 seconds on the peloton. You have 30 seconds on the peloton. Watch out. You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. Your opponents are upping the pace to hold off the peloton.
The riders are all back together. Everything will be played out in the final kilometers.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win.
It was fairly predictable given the profile of the stage, but we must also acknowledge the merit of the sprinters' teams, who did the necessary for a sprint to occur. All that's left is for the sprinters to work out the hierarchy. Bunched peloton. Last kilometre for the peloton. The sprinters are in the front line. They will soon be burning rubber.
He succeeded in avoiding all the pitfalls to win today. Here is today's stage winner. Congratulations to him. He really was the strongest. He fully deserves this prestigious victory. He will climb onto the podium to receive his jersey and a kiss from the hostesses. Here's the yellow. He tops the standings and will receive the... He's inspired. He will climb...
We were aiming for a top 10 place on this stage, and we failed. It's a pity. We retain the polka dot jersey. All is a... Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today it's a stage with cobbled sectors. It could get edgy. Positioning on the approach to the sectors is of vital importance. We don't have what it takes